Hello and welcome, I'm your CodeMonk, and in this video we're going to create a high score table containing a list of scores and the player's name along with the ability to save and load. Let's begin. So here is the high scores table we want to create. We want a nice table on the UI containing a title for the various fields, the position, the score, and the name of the person who got that score. We want it to be sorted from highest to lowest score. And we want to add the code to easily save and load our high score table. So we will be able to add a new high score, then reload the scene, and that high score will be saved. Alright, so let's get to it. So here we are in an empty scene. Let's go to the canvas to begin creating the high score table. So a new game object, this will be our high score table. Inside, let's create a background. Now let's add a title text. And now 3 headers for our fields. Okay, this is the basic setup. So now let's create the template for a single entry, which we'll later duplicate. For that, we create a new game object. This is the high score entry template. Now let's duplicate these fields. Okay, so these are the various fields. Now let's put our template inside a container, which will contain all of the instantiated entries. And move the container up here. Okay. So our Windows setup is complete. Now let's deal with the code. Go in here, a new C# script. This will be our high score table. Now first, let's make a private void awake. And on this awake, let's grab a reference to the template and the container. Alright, these are our basic references, and also on awake, let's hide the template. So we do entry template.gameObject.setActive into false. So we hide the default template. Alright, now in here to test how we're going to duplicate it, let's fill up our list with a bunch of random stuff. In order to instantiate a template, we simply do a instantiate on the entry template and into the parent, which is the entry container. So we instantiate the entry transform based on the template. We grab the rect transform, then we position the rect transform.anchored position. So let's also define up here a float for the template height. And we simply position it on minus the height multiplied by this index. All right. And finally, we do our entry transform game object set active into true. Alright, so just like that, we should be able to see 10 entries on our high score. Let's see. And yep, there it is. As you can see, our template is being correctly instantiated. Okay. Now let's also update the text fields. So for the position, let's define an int for the rank. In this case, the rank is the index plus 1, since we don't want the first one to be at rank 0, but rather at rank 1. Now we need to convert this into text. Okay, so here we are converting the rank into a proper rank string. So for the first, you have first, second, third. For all the others, you got fourth, fifth, sixth, and so on. So in here on the position, we give it the rank string like that. Okay. Now for the score, let's just pick a random number. And we simply set the text to be score.toString. Okay. And finally set the name. Alright, this is it. Let's test and see how it looks. And yep, there's the window showing all 10 positions with the correct position string, the score, and the name. Alright, so far so good. Now back into the code. Let's organize our code so that we can easily save and load entries. So for that, in here, let's make a simple class. So this class represents a single high score entry. So the information we need is an int for the score and a string for the name. Now let's also make a function to add a new entry to the table. And in here, we're going to receive a high score entry object. Also a transform for the container and a list of transforms, which will be the list that we will add the instantiated transform onto. Alright, so now what we're going to do here is exactly what we were doing here. So let's copy this code. Now in here, the main difference is we don't have an index, so instead we use the transform list.count. Instead of using the entry container, let's just use the container given in here. At the end of all of this, we add it to our transform list. And now let's use the values actually stored on the high score entry. So the rank is given by the position on the list, okay. Then here for the score, instead of being random, let's get it from this .score. And same for the name. Alright, so we now have a very nice function to be able to add a single entry to our list. So now let's go up here, remove this code. Let's create a high score entry list. Alright, so here we have our list with a bunch of random entries. So now let's cycle through that list and add the entries using this function. Alright, that should do it. So let's test. And yep, there's the table correctly showing all of our high scores. As you can see, the first one with name of AAA, there it is right there with 521854, and yep, there it is. And last one, you have max 542024, and yep, there it is exactly. All right, great. Now, obviously in here, you can see an easy mistake, which is a high score table is meant to be sorted from highest to lowest score. So let's sort that. Now in here, we have two options. We can sort the list when we add a new entry and always make sure that this list is sorted, or we can sort the list when we load the table. Since we don't have any saving and loading yet, let's do the sorting just in here. So before we add the entries, let's do a simple sorting algorithm. Alright, so here is a very simple sorting algorithm. We go through the entire list, and for every element, we cycle through all the elements after that one. Then we simply do a test to see which one has the highest score, and if needed, we swap their positions. So it's very simple, and we should now have a sorted list. So let's test. And yep, there's a sorted list. As you can see, number one is Joe with 897, then second Dave with 872, and so on. Alright, so we now have a very nice table that displays a list of high score entries. So now let's deal with saving and loading. Now to do that, we're going to use player prefs, which are the simplest way of saving and loading persistent data. We're going to use the playerprefs.setString function, which allows us to store a string which will contain all of our high scores. So for the data format, we're going to store that string using JSON. So that way, in just one string field, we will be able to store all of our high score data. I have done videos on playerprefs in JSON, so check those out if you want to see a more in-depth explanation. So first, let's do a simple test here on our awake. First, we just save and load a string. So we save it with a key, in this case, high score table, and then we save it with a value. So after saving, we go into playerprefs and we get the string stored in the key high score table. And let's do a debug.log on that so we can see what that returns. And there it is, the console saying 100, which is exactly what I stored in here. Okay, great. So this is exactly how you do saving and loading in the simplest way possible. Now we don't want to store a string, but rather a list of all of our high scores. So for that, we're going to use the JSON utility, which can convert an object into JSON. So we do toJSON, and then we select our object, in this case, our high score entry list. And this returns a string for our JSON string. Now in order to use this, we need to make sure that the object contained in this list is serializable. So we need to go down here into our high score entry and add the attribute system.serializable. So now in here, instead of saving this, we save our JSON string. Okay, so let's run the code, and on the console we should be able to see what is stored on the player prefs, which is our high score entry list stored as the JSON format. However, this won't work since we can't directly convert a list. We need an object that contains that list. So let's go down here to make an object for us to save. So in here we have a class called highscores that simply contains our high score entry list. Now in here we create a new highscores object, and we set the entry list to be the high score entry list. All right, and now we can actually use JSON on this object. Okay, so let's see. And yep, there's our completed JSON string, which holds all of our high score data. Now let's go back into the code, and let's go up here and comment out the code where we are initializing this list. And instead, we're going to get that list from what is saved on our JSON. So we grab the string for the JSON string, which will be from the player prefs.getAstring for our high score table. Then we use the JSON utility .fromJSON. And to convert that JSON string, now we need an object type. This will be the high scores. That's our object type and our JSON string. So this returns our high scores object. Comment this out, and now let's see. And yep, there it is. The list still looks exactly the same, except now our data is being loaded from a playerpref string, then converted into our high scores object, which contains a list of high score entries that we then use to display. So we can now save and load. Now all we need is a way to add a new entry. So in here, let's make a new function. So down here, make a private void add high score entry. We're going to receive an int for the score and a string for the name. Now in here, the first thing we do is create a high score entry object. All right, now we want to add it to the saved list. So the first thing we do is load the list from the player prefs. So we go in here, and what we were doing for loading, write this. Then we add the entry to our list. So we go into high scores entry list, and add our high score entry. And finally, we save the newly updated list. So let's see the code. Here it is. We take our high scores and we convert it. All right, so this function should be working to add a new high score entry. So let's go up here and let's clean up this code. So we no longer need this testing code. And on the sorting, we are not sorting when saving, so we do need to sort when loading. So we load the JSON string from the playerprefs, convert it into a high scores object, cycle through that object to make sure the list is sorted, and then we create our entry transform. Now, before we do all that, let's go up here to add a new entry. Okay, so we are adding a new entry with 10,000 score. So let's run the code and see if the new entry does show up. And yep, there it is. There's the new entry which was added to our list. So now we can go back to the code and comment out this one, so we are no longer manually entering. And now let's test again to make sure the new entry has been saved correctly. And yep, there it is. The new entry is still in there, so we now have all of our high scores being correctly saved and loaded. So we have a nice simple class that shows our high scores and they persist between runs. Now let's add a little bit of polish. So adding a background for each entry. In order to do that, it's very simple. We just modify the template. Alright, so there it is, very simple. We just added a new background to our template. Now here in the code, let's go down here to where we are creating the entry transform. And here, let's grab the entry transform, find the background, and we do a game object set active, and we set the game object to active if this one is odd and not if it's even. So we do a modulo of 2 on our rank, and it's active if that one returns 1. And also let's highlight the first entry. And let's also add an image for a small trophy. Alright, so we have the trophy image, and then through code we are simply doing a switch on the rank. By default we hide the trophy image, and in case rank 1, 2, and 3, we show it and we set the color. Okay, so let's see if it looks quite a bit better. And yep, here's our high score table. As you can see, the first player is highlighted to show that he is the first. You can see the gold, silver, and bronze trophy, and the background switches between dark and light to make it easier to read all of our entries. And yep, there it is, there's our high score table. So there you have it, we created a high score table that displays the rank, score, and name of each entry, while also adding the ability to save and load our high score data. As always, you can download the project files and utilities from unitycodemonkey.com. If you have any questions, post them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Subscribe for more videos, and I'll see you next time.